What's going on, guys? The Barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. And actually today we will be doing an undercut and design tutorial. This is a recent customer pickup of mine. I actually cut her son's hair, but she just recently decided to do an undercut. She comes back every few weeks. We touch up the actual taper itself, and then we add a design. What I try to do, she brings the designs to me most of the time, sends me a picture ahead of time. And then what I do is try to put my creative touch on it. I try to fade in and out of what she does bring me. Most of them are just more simple lines. Your typical line designs, not really like rose petal leaves or anything crazy. So what we try to do is put our own creative. We'll touch on that and give her the best that we got. Let's get right into it. So after she put her hair up in a very tight ponytail up top, I wet the back of her hair, took a fine tooth comb, combed up through there, put the clips in. That gets all the hair up out of the way. We don't have to worry about risking cutting any of that length up top. Now what we're doing, I did an FX at the bottom to clean up the base of it. She has very thick, coarse hair, not what you would typically think of when it comes to longer hair or female's hair. It's actually, hers is very coarse. So we started it off with the FX. We immediately flicked that line out with the Slimline Pro Li. And now what we're going to do, we're coming in a fully open magic clip, creating about a 1 inch or so section here. What I'll do from there, close that lever up halfway, drop down about halfway through this section, and go about halfway to 3/4 of the way up through that initial open section. We'll close it up the rest of the way, hit that bottom line, and go up about halfway into that half open section. That fades out your section, so you got your FX, Slimline, closed, half open, and all the way open. From here, you can go ahead and fade up through the top. Now what I tried to do here is I still try to use the comb as best I can whenever I get up closer to the connection there. But this is my Cordless Senior modified with the Addis Master Blade. I have a 1 guard on here. I have it wide open, and we're going to do the same thing as we did with the open lever. Start with it open. Close it halfway, drop down about halfway through that section, close it up all the way, hit the bottom of that section, and then if you need to, you can come back in with either a closed 0 guard, you can use a no guard with the lever wide open and just use the corners and pinpoint dark area. Right there in the middle, it's a little bit dark, so we'll probably come back in, knock that out a little bit. And that's what I did here. I actually took the blade off, or took the guard off. I'm using just an open blade, kind of lightening that up some. And then for actually connecting the top, this is back to the magic clip, and this is the Wahl Premium 1.5 guard. And what I try to do, I put the comb straight up and actually angle it back to me a little bit. So what happens is, even if my guard goes up past that line, it basically, the comb acts as a guard or a protector, and it kind of just glides right off of it. I don't touch the hair up top. That's what I'm trying to show you there. Hold it tight. It may be uncomfortable a little bit depending on how much pressure you actually apply, but it's the best way that I have found so far to keep all the hair out of the way, no risk of actually snagging it or cutting it, and then you've got some unevenness back there, and that's clearly not what we're trying to do. Now there's still a line here, so what we're going to do is come back in again with the Addis Master Blade with the 1 guard. We'll probably use it about halfway open just to get up through there, close it up all the way, and that should be the connection that we need between the previous 1 guard section and then this 1.5 here. So we're back to an open no guard, just basically freehanding through there, just hitting those little dark spots here and there. We'll probably throw a 0 guard on there just to finesse a little bit of the spots that are in and out there between a no guard and that 1 guard, and then the 1.5 up top. Now we're going to go ahead and get into some of the line work. What I'm going to use here, this is the FX from Babyliss. These are my hitters. I prefer to use these on just about anything, from kids to designs to lineups to the natural line down the back, C cups, everything. These are my every all-purpose use on every hair texture, every hair color, every age. So what I did, I'm doing the natural line down the back here, and then I'm following that up because it is very coarse. and I'm using the Babyliss foil shaver just to make sure that those lines on the outside are very crispy. Now, the design that she gave me was a triangle in the middle, a larger triangle that comes down just on the outsides of it, and then 2 lines that are just outside of that come down to the middle and kind of disappear. That was basically the gist of the design, and I'll do my best to try to get a picture of the design that she had up here so you guys can see where I was going off of my inspiration here. So I do the exact design that they showed, but here in a minute we'll pull out some more of the trimmers, the clippers again, and we will start fading within these lines to kind of add a little bit of dimension to it and just a change of pace. Not so, you know, boring, just plain lines. Try to add to it just a little bit, and you know, you guys let me know what you think. Let me know in your area, do you do very many undercuts? I feel like they come in waves. I feel like there's times where we won't cut any women's hair, we won't do any undercuts, and then the next thing you know, you'll have 4 or 5 pop up in the shop, and you know, it'll start to become a regular thing for a little while, and then the next thing you know, you don't see them, they start letting their hair grow back out, and it's a while before you see them again. So let me know what you guys see in your area and see if it's anything comparable to here in Kentucky. And as you guys can see, I'm actually taking those trimmers and I'm hitting it in one direction like this, just like you normally would, and then I'm flipping them around and I'm hitting the other side of the line. That's because the way her hair grows, and any line for that matter in any type of hair, there are 2 sides to a line. So make sure that if you're really trying to get very crisp lines, you do both sides of it and you flip that trimmer around and you get both directions, and that's going to give you the best and the crispest line that you possibly can get. So from here, what we're going to do, I'm going to use the FX, really bald out the bottom a little bit more, and then what I'm going to do is fade out the 2 farthest outside sections. I'm going to fade from bottom to top because that's how they're already growing anyways. And then from there, what I'll try to do is the triangle, I'm going to fade from bottom to the top of the triangle, and then the section just outside of that middle V, we're going to do from the top where the length is up top, and we're going to fade down, so it'll be shorter up top by that connection, and then it'll get darker as it goes down. And that's not how the design was as she brought it to me, but I felt like that was something that we could do to still give her a nice design. She does definitely prefer, because of how fast her hair grows and how thick it is, for me to cut it as short as I can, but obviously not take it all the way bald in the back. So this is the best way to taper it out, give her the design that she wants, finesse it a little bit, and actually put some creativity on it, and also keep it short at the same time. So by doing these fades in and out, obviously you're going to leave her with less hair, but you're going to give her the design, and you know, everybody's happy. And you know, hopefully, not that you might not want a ton of designs as your clients or undercuts as clients, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a diversity in your clientele, and it's a way to just kind of get out of the same old every day, you know, bald fades, tapers, and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing every once in a while to step out of your comfort zone and have a design or 2 in your arsenal, or you know, an undercut for that matter. As always, guys, take a second after this video is over, find that link to the Tune 45 Online Academy. Go check that out. You won't regret it. A ton of information and knowledge that you guys can gain from that. Sean Cuts Hair, Chris Bosio, Dre Cut It Out, Get Beamed, S-Craft Blends. 5 of the coldest dudes out there on YouTube. Go check that out. So without changing too much, what I decided to do here, even though it's not necessary, and I really just kind of did it almost somewhat for the practice of it, I pulled out the Tune 45 no drip, the medium brown, and then my cordless compressor comboed with the Sean Cuts Hair Color Enhancement card, and I actually I'm just applying a little bit right at the line where the line from the fade meets the actual line from the trimmers, just to kind of enhance those a little bit. Try to make those lines in the middle that I've cut out pop a little bit. Obviously not wanting to change the actual look of the fade or anything like that, just kind of whatever I can to make those lines pop a little bit more, because I don't like to put razors in designs. I can, but I don't do it very often, so this is kind of the way to do that. Anyways, guys, that about does it for this haircut tutorial. Even though it wasn't really a haircut, it's a taper with a design, a little bit of enhancements. Guys, let me know what you thought. Leave me a comment. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Enable those notifications. That way you never miss another video. Sunday and Wednesday is the schedule as always. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. And until the next video, guys, y'all know I appreciate it.